Okay guys, so I finally started. I've got most of my things I need now for my chainsaw rebuild, I'm hoping. Right, so we've got some bits here. Right, so this is the top half of the fuel tank. That's the gasket that I've taken out. Now it did have a little bit of a leak. I don't know if that was because it was a bit warm now. It's cold in here. Yeah, well, I'm not sure either way. So what I've done is I bought this cork sheet. This is a 3mm cork sheet. I think it's bonded with nitrile, so it's supposed to be oil proof. And I've just chopped myself one out. I've just basically traced that on the sheet and then cut this one out. As you can see, this is old. You probably can't pick that up on the camera. See that little print in it? It's obviously been flattened down. So this, well, I mean, I might have to just play around with it, force that in there. Okay, so that's in now. You can see it very well. It's all pressed in. I'm just going to clean up around the edge of this now. It's obviously had some sort of sealant. Just took that off the base, just got the gasket, and that's completely buggered. Got all kinds of muck on it, so I will remake that. Okay, so just cleaning this out now. This is the front oil cover. Got a bit of crap in it. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to take the carburetor apart and I'll record it. You guys can see it and I can see it as well. And hopefully that should help put it back together. We have a carb kit here that I've ordered. So I think what I'll do, I'll take it apart. You can see that alright, can't you? And I'm just going to keep it all in order and stick it all there. Let's just get all this stuff out of the way. A flat-headed screwdriver. Okay. That's good. That is that. That's good. Right. It's got the full kit, everything's in it. That can stay there, I suppose. They can stay there. Just for the sake of it, let's just put them back in there. Ah. You know, this doesn't look in bad nick at all. It doesn't look bad, to be fair. I'll have a look at this anyway, see what this needle's doing. I'll wind this out. So this pin looks like it's, well, this screw, sorry, is holding in the hinge, which obviously controls this. There we go. Let's keep that together. Let's wind these high-low jets out and see what's going on there. We have to adjust these, which is not something I'm familiar with. So got the high and low there, you can see. That's interesting. So the low tiny little, can you pick that up? The tiny little needle. And the high is obviously a thicker needle. So I think I'll just blast this with the air. Let's clean this out. Okay, so I found some brake cleaner, a degreaser. I'm going to rebuild. I don't know whether to reuse the old one. It looks pretty good. It looks in pretty good nick. I'll just put this one in. Okay, so that's in. Bits of crap into the air. Okay. Well, that's got a load of crud behind it. Let's just give that a quick clean. Okay, lovely stuff. Right, so that's quite interesting. That hooks behind that. I'm guessing as that flutters, it causes it to open up and down, which probably allows the fuel in. Okay. Now this side. So that's used. Guess we're taking it out. Give that a little spray. Yeah, that's sort of sat in there now. I'm sorry, this is awful, guys. This is not a good video whatsoever. These are back on. They're pretty basic, these carbs. Should get them apart. All I've got left now is the jets to go back in. I'll fully wind these until they bottom out. Yeah, fully seated. That is the carb back together, all nice and clean. Here we've got the oil seal, and this is what it is. I think to make that out of cork. Try it anyway. Okay, we have one filter to chop out. Gasket, even not filter, sorry. Just to punch them out. So I will get my leather working tools and get the hole punch. Get them chopped out. 1 second. Okay, so I've just cut this out now. Just made this simple punch from a bit of tube around the end, and this is obviously a piece of that cork. Made one there, but it was slightly too small around the edges, so all I've done is I made it again, and I'm just going to trim around now with a knife. Make sure it's a nice tight seal. So I'll trim that out now. Right guys, the moment you've all been waiting for. Sorry, I mean the other bits of footage have been a bit rubbish so far. I have made, where have I put it now? I bet you just saw before. So that's that gasket now made for the front. So hopefully I won't have any leaking oil anymore, because that was quite frustrating. So anyway, motor strip down time. So let's figure out how to do this. Looks just like a series of bolts around here, to be fair, so. Ideally, I'm going to keep everything on it if I can. Crankshaft and stuff. The way this splits. We'll figure it out anyway as we go. Okay, let's get some sockets. Da-da-dee. Ta-da! This tool has saved me so many times. They're brilliant. Just buy one. Wants to come out and openers. Here we go. Job's a good one. Okay, so them 4 are out. And look, guys. Luckily, my 4BA, the socket I use for building this steam engine of mine, happens to be the perfect size. So we will use that. Woohoo! Cool. Excited for this. Okay. So 4 bolts. Right, in theory, that's going to be quite tight coming apart, isn't it? So let me have a quick tidy up. Okay, so it looks like it's been real sealed before. It's got some clear mastic on it. So it's been some sort of gasket. So I've got a copper and hide hammer and a piece of brass. I'm going to try and just shock it apart. That's super soft, already formed aluminium. Woo, that. Okay, yep, definitely. Right, that's not looking good. Have I got to take that off? Because that would be kind of frustrating. I'm going to have to whip that off. It's not the clutches, it's the flywheel, you numpty. There we go. Come on, you stubborn bastard. Okay, hopefully this isn't a complete bitch to do and it breaks, because that'd suck. So we've got the flywheel free. Went on YouTube and I'd like to thank Bellhopper. He had a really good video. Basically, just got it in my soft jaws here, clamped it up, put a bit of leverage underneath it, and kept tapping it on the thread with the brass hammer, and it's just shocked it off. I wasn't sure if it was going to work. Tried it with the puller. Didn't really want to use the puller because I was worried about it breaking it. And I just put a tiny bit of heat on it. In case the flywheel's off, I'll put that to one side and give it a good clean. Behind here. So some sort of nylon washer, grub screw in there. Will that come off with that on? Now I did break that, annoyingly, mucking around with it. So I suppose that could stay on, although that will come off, yeah. Okay, so that's our timing. That's a points. Big moment, guys. This is all coming apart now. Just a tidy up session. Da-da-da. Wow. Oh my god, that is one. That has got a lot of gunk in it. What the hell's going on there? How is the piston? Surprisingly, the piston doesn't look bad at all. Looks like we've got a series of needle bearings there. On the conrod, on the big end. One very, can you guys see that? Charred up. That's a very dirty piston. Hey, this is cool. Right, so look at the state of that. Bring it down so you can see better. So obviously that's, from what I'm familiar with, this is carbon basically that's brought in from the exhaust port, and it picks up. I could be wrong.
and it scores the piston. But look at the state of that. So that can come off and get polished up. I'm going to get some measurements. And then I'm going to hone this out and cross hatch it, but obviously it needs a bloody good clean. It's a complete state. So I will do that. Right, so I've cleaned it up. Well, given it a fairly decent clean. I removed obviously the compression button and the spark plug. And not the best. I will get another light because it's not ideal. Bear with me. Okay, so I've rigged up this little light here. So this is a bit better. Oh, sorry guys, dropped my phone. Let me just give the lens a clean, 1 second. So as you can see, it's polished. So the plan is, I've got a honing stone. I'm going to try and hone it a bit, clean it out, and then I'm going to try and cross hatch it. So Sam's given me some instructions on how to do that, so I'll attempt that, and then obviously I'm going to clean up the piston as well. I might get some rough measurements and just see what it's like in there. I might actually just disconnect the piston now, see what it fits like.